say. What a relief it is to be able to share it with somebody and not feel judged.
Jamie Lee Curtis is an American actress, writer, philanthropist, and inventor. Being the daughter of Hollywood stars, she never took her popularity for granted and still enjoys the filming process. In our new video, we'll tell you about the life and career of this bright and charming woman.
Good evening, everyone. This is Jamie Lee Curtis saying, welcome.
Jamie Lee Curtis, how the Oscar-winning scream queen lives and where she spends her millions. Jamie Lee Curtis was born in the coastal city of Santa Monica, located west of downtown Los Angeles, on November 22, 1958, in a family of actors. Her mother, Janet Leigh, shone on the silver screen in the 50s and 60s and is best known for her role in Hitchcock's film Psycho. Her father, Tony Curtis, played that very Joe, pretending to be Josephine from the iconic comedy Some Like It Hot. Janet and Tony were a beautiful couple that raised two daughters, Jamie and Kelly, but their marriage broke up when the girls were 4 and 6 years old. After the divorce, the father showed no interest in the children's lives. As our hero said, Tony Curtis was only interested in Tony Curtis and no one else. He gave his ex-wife money and considered his job done. Later, at the funeral of her famous father in 2010, Jamie said, "We all got something from him. For example, I received a desperate need for his fatherly attention." By the way, after Curtis's death, she learned that he excluded her from his will. The entire fortune went to the actor's sixth wife. Janet raised the girls with her new husband, stockbroker Robert Brandt, with whom she lived until she died in 2004. Jamie did not study very well and changed several schools. She never considered herself beautiful and was not confident in herself. But Jamie had charisma. Being a great joker, she attracted attention and gained popularity among her peers. By the way, one of her school friends was Gigi Garner, the daughter of an iconic television actor. The girls had known each other since the age of 2. They were both cheerleaders in high school. Kirk Douglas's youngest son, Eric, once tried to kiss Jamie as a child, but she pushed him away. Unfortunately, at that moment, they were sitting on a tree. As a result of the fall, the boy received a hernia and needed surgery. The girl finished high school not in Los Angeles, but in Wallingford, Connecticut. After completing her studies at the Choate Rosemary Hall, famous for many famous graduates, Jamie enrolled at the University of the Pacific in Stockton, California. Moreover, she chose to study law because she got along well with people and sincerely believed in law and order. Jamie intended to become a police officer, a social worker, or a prison guard. However, while celebrating Christmas in the first year of her studies, she decided to follow in her parents' footsteps. In January 1977, the girl dropped out of school and returned to Los Angeles to start going to auditions. At that time, she was dating musician Johnny Lee Shell. Their romance lasted about 2 years. Soon after, Jamie got a small role in the TV series Quincy M.E. She fell in love with the profession from the very first day of filming. Then, Jamie appeared in the TV projects The Hardy Boys, Nancy Drew Mysteries, Columbo, and Charlie's Angels. In the latter, she appeared only in 1 episode. Her more prominent work was in the comedy series Operation Petticoat, where she appeared in 23 episodes. During the same period, the producers prepared to film the horror movie Halloween and searched for a female role. Jamie Lee Curtis's professional portfolio was too modest, but the movie's budget was modest too. Hence, they couldn't attract famous Hollywood actresses. The fact that she was the daughter of the star of Psycho also played in favor of our hero. According to the creators of Halloween, this fact was supposed to give them additional advertising. Our hero admitted she had an advantage over other applicants due to her famous parents, but she tried to justify their choice and followed the director's instructions. John Carpenter even created the so-called horror scale. He called the level, for example, 7 or 9.5, and the actress portrayed the corresponding emotion. Also, due to the small budget, the actors wore their own clothes for something bought in inexpensive stores. For example, Jamie had only $200 for costumes. The low-budget horror released in 1978 turned out to be unexpectedly successful, grossing $60 million.
The boogeyman can only come out on Halloween night, right?
Right.
Well, I'm here tonight. I'm not about to let anything happen to you.
Promise?
Promise.
Critics compared it to Hitchcock's films, and Lee Curtis received attention in the film industry. Her fee for the film debut was $8,000. After that, the actress appeared in several more TV series, including The Love Boat and Buck Rogers in the 25th Century. Then, Curtis's filmography was enriched by the films The Fog, Prom Night, and Terror Train.
Kenny, I'm sorry. I never told you. I'm so sorry.
You haven't changed.
There was an unpleasant episode on the set of the latter. In the final fight scene, she accidentally injured a stuntman who portrayed the villain attacking her. It happened because of a mistake by the props, but Jamie was so upset that she left the set and did not appear there for 2 days. On the positive side, this role earned her a nomination for the Saturn Award. Around that time, the actress received the proud title of Scream Queen. In 1981, the audience saw several projects with Lee Curtis: the horror Road Games, the fantastic action movie Escape from New York, where she acted as a narrator, the television comedy She's in the Army Now, the biographical drama Death of a Centerfold, the Dorothy Stratton story, and Halloween 2.
Michael Myers.
Michael Myers.
Yeah, he was the guy that was after you.
Why me? Why me?
Jamie was afraid to become a one-role actress, so she doubted whether to participate in the sequel. But the script won her over with an unexpected plot twist. During filming, the actress had to wear a wig because she had short hair. Her fee was $100,000. In the third installment, Season of the Witch, she had only a voice role. At the same time, she tried to expand her acting range. She starred in the TV drama Money on the Side, the romantic drama Love Letters, for which she received $25,000, and the comedy Trading Places.
Soft hands. And a manicure. Never done a hard day's work in your life, have you?
For her role in the latter, the actress received a BAFTA award, but filming was difficult for her. Firstly, Jamie couldn't speak with an Australian accent. Secondly, she had to be topless in some scenes. Lee Curtis was very embarrassed, and the experience of such filming turned out to be so traumatic that she decided to never repeat it. At that time, the girl was dating production designer John Michael Riva, the grandson of screen legend Marlene Dietrich. They were together for 4 years and wanted to get married. However, the couple broke up in 1983. Jamie's new love interest was Adam Ants, the frontman of the Adam and the Ants rock band. In addition, she briefly dated singer and actor Sean Cassidy, and the media rumored about her romances with comedian Kevin Pollak and actress Jodie Foster. But one day, Jamie saw a photo of actor and comedian Christopher Guest in the image of a rock star from the movie This Is Spinal Tap in a Rolling Stone magazine and immediately fell in love. She found out his phone number through an acting agency but could not get through. And yet, they met by chance in a restaurant, only exchanging glances. The very next day, Christopher called back. They got married in 1984 and have been happy together ever since, although in many ways they are opposites. Jamie said she and her husband read different newspapers, listened to different radio stations, and go to bed at different times. As for their mutual interests, they both enjoy history and have similar views on life. Once someone asked the actress how to live in a marriage for so long, she answered briefly and clearly, "Just don't get divorced." In the following years, Lee Curtis starred in lighter and more joyful films, slightly moving away from the horror genre. In 1984, she appeared in the drama Grandview USA, and the following year in an episode of the series Shelley Duvall's Tall Tales and Legends and the drama Perfect.
I'd love to do an interview with you.
Why?
Why not?
I can think of a lot of reasons.
Would be good for business.
Business is fine.
The actress trained for several months to prepare for filming in the latter. Then, she recorded a music video with Jermaine Jackson. Later, Curtis appeared in the following projects As Summers Die, Amazing Grace and Chuck, A Man in Love, Dominic and Eugene, and the 1988 movie A Fish Called Wanda.
I want
Hello?
Sir John is here.
Right, show him in, please.
I want you to make love with me.
Nothing.
It was morally hard for the actress to leave for the shooting. A few years earlier, she and her husband adopted a daughter, Annie. Jamie recalled crying on the way to work. However, she received a nomination for Golden Globe and BAFTA for A Fish Called Wanda. Interestingly, director John Cleese made fun of the actress on the set, calling her Jamie Lee Schwartz because her father's real name was not Tony Curtis but Bernard Schwartz. After adopting the baby, Jamie improved the usual diapers by adding a moisture-proof pocket for disposable napkins. She patented her invention but refused to sell it until companies started producing environmentally friendly biodegradable products. The actress is still waiting for her condition to be fulfilled. In 2016, she reapplied for a patent because the previous one expired. In 1989, the actress appeared in the TV series Anything But Love, staying in the project for all 4 seasons. In addition to 1 nomination, she won 1 Golden Globe Award. During the same years, the audience saw her in the action movie Blue Steel, the comedy drama Queen's Logic, the romantic comedy My Girl, and the fantasy drama Forever Young. Also, she co-starred with her husband in the TV film The Return of Spinal Tap. In 1992, Jamie Lee Curtis was on the jury at the Cannes Film Festival, and in 1994, she appeared in the thriller Mother's Boy, the family drama My Girl 2, and the comedy thriller True Lies.
Duck. Let's go.
I married Rambo.
In the latter, her partner was Arnold Schwarzenegger. For the sake of 2 small scenes with Tango, they trained for about 6 months. For this role, Jamie received nominations for the Screen Actors Guild and MTV Awards and won a Golden Globe and Saturn. During the same time, in the early 90s, our hero and illustrator Laura Cornell started writing children's books. There are already more than a dozen of them. One of the works, Tell Me Again About the Night I Was Born, is dedicated to adoption, and the book Today I Feel Silly and Other Moods That Make My Day was on the New York Times bestseller list for 10 weeks. In the second half of the 90s, the actress appeared in the films The Heidi Chronicles, for which she was again nominated for a Golden Globe, House Arrest, Fierce Creatures, Homegrown, Virus, and Nicholas's Gift, which brought her an Emmy nomination. But the most notable work was the horror Halloween H20 20 years later.
Look, I know today is the day, but I think...
Oh, really? What day is that, John?
Halloween.
Oh, I hadn't noticed.
It was Jamie who offered to shoot this picture. There, her mother, Janet Leigh, played the role of the secretary. Jamie Lee Curtis received a nomination for the Saturn Award for this role. Her career was going uphill. Meanwhile, her star appeared on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. However, her life wasn't perfect. Once on the set, the cameraman criticized her appearance, saying that her eyes were swollen, after which Jamie decided to have plastic surgery to remove the bags under her eyes. Surgery did not solve the problem, but it created another one. The actress became addicted to painkillers, and then she started abusing alcohol. For several years, the woman was hiding her addiction from her husband. During this time, the family adopted another child, son Thomas, born in 1996. Soon after, Jamie decided to go to the clinic. In 1999, she announced that she had got rid of addictions, calling it the main achievements in her life. In 2000, the horror star was invited to play a minor role in Scream 3, but she refused. Instead, she starred in the detective comedy Drowning Mona, the thriller The Tailor of Panama, and the comedy drama Daddy and Them. She also returned to her famous role in the horror Halloween Resurrection. For a short-term appearance at the beginning of the movie, she received $3 million. She gave her consent to the shooting only on condition that her character would never again appear in the sequels of the franchise again. Spoiler alert, we know it didn't come true. In 2003, Jamie was nominated for a Grammy in the category Best Spoken Word Album for Children for recording children's books that she wrote. In addition, she's shown in the company of Lindsay Lohan in the fantasy comedy Freaky Friday.
Not my mother.
Yes, I am.
Get away, you clone freak!
Don't you use that tone with me.
Oh my God, you are my mother.
Interestingly, in the first seconds of the film, you can see real photographs of Lee Curtis and her daughter from her family photo archive. This work brought our actress nominations for the Saturn and Golden Globe Awards. In 2004, presenting the family comedy Christmas with the Cranks, Jamie said that this work would be the last of her career. She wanted to be with the children. However, she never left her favorite profession and continued appearing on the screen, but less often. In 2005, the audience saw her in the comedy The Kid and I. In 2008, she appeared in the family drama Beverly Hills Chihuahua.
Deb, oh, I love it. And do you love it? Oh, you may have it. I'll get you anything you want. Yes, I will. No, not you, Patrick.
Advertising contracts helped the celebrity to stay at home with their family and at the same time earn money. She collaborated with the telecommunications company VoiceStream, now called T-Mobile, and the manufacturer of board games Milton Bradley. Also, she was an ambassador of Activia yogurt for 7 years. By the way, earlier she advertised the car rental company Hertz, the sweetener company, and the brand of tights Legs. As part of the promo campaign, the company insured Jamie's legs for $2 million. In 2010, the celebrity played in the comedy movie You Again about a meeting of former classmates.
How do you two know each other?
We went to school together. We were best friends.
Whoa.
Very, very close.
Sigourney Weaver played the longtime bully of Curtis's character. The actresses came to the premiere in identical dresses, referring to one of the movie scenes. Interestingly, the scenery in which You Again was filmed was familiar to Jamie. The filming of Freaky Friday also took place there. In the following years, the actress voiced characters in such cartoons as The Little Engine That Could and From Up on Poppy Hill. She also starred in the movies 8, Veronica Mars, and Spare Parts. The audience also saw Curtis in the TV series NCIS and New Girl. According to rumors, her fee for one episode was $40,000. Meanwhile, the creators of another series, Scream Queens, were making every effort to invite the recognized Scream Queen, Jamie Lee Curtis, to their project. Ryan Murphy, a longtime fan of our hero, even admitted that he created the entire series specifically for her. When the actress came to meet him, he told her there would be no project without her. Apparently, such persistence conquered Jamie. She agreed without even reading the script. The actress did not regret her decision at all. After all, she had a lot of fun on the set. She sometimes even had to hold a drawing pin in her hand and squeeze it to stop laughing.
Could survive a few serial killings, but I really don't think that this university could handle losing me. Neither can I, frankly.
In addition, the actress repeated the murder scene of the main character from Psycho, played by her mother. The directors doubted if this was appropriate, but Jamie readily agreed. The series was broadcast from 2015 to 2016 and received the public's love. This work brought our hero another nomination for the Golden Globe. In 2018, the public saw Jamie in the political thriller An Acceptable Loss and the next part of the Halloween franchise, where she acted as a producer and for which she received the Saturn Award.
Michael Myers murdered 5 people. And he's a human being we need to understand. I'm twice divorced. And I'm a basket case.
Considering her share from the box office, Lee Curtis's fee was around $40 million, which made her the highest paid actress over 55 years old. And for her following work, the mystery movie Knives Out, the actress received a nomination for Saturn.
We had our own secret way of communicating. I mean, you had to find that with Dad. You had to find a game to play with him. And if you did that, and you played by his rules...
In 2020, she voiced 2 episodes of the animated series Archer. In 2021, she starred in Halloween Kills and received an honorary Golden Lion at the Venice Film Festival for outstanding career achievements. Upon learning about the award, Jamie was genuinely surprised and delighted. After receiving the award, she said she felt like a 14-year-old girl just starting to live. Curtis says it's strange to think about her achievements and experiences. After all, she still feels passionate about acting. Driving up to the studio, Curtis is entering another world, and she's always grateful for the right to be in it. One should note that Lee Curtis dedicated the Golden Lion to victims of all types of violence. By the way, she often participates in charity events and acts as a patron of foundations and organizations. Among them are the Children Affected by AIDS Foundation and the Children's Hospital in Los Angeles, which helps children with poor health from impoverished families. She also helped to restore the synagogue where her grandparents once prayed. In 2022, our hero appeared in an episode of the TV series Reno 911, the next part of the Halloween horror franchise, and the independent film Everything Everywhere All at Once. In this fantasy comedy thriller, Jamie played an inspector of the U.S. Tax Service.
Look, I'm sure you have a lot on your mind, but I cannot imagine anything mattering more than the conversation we are now having concerning your tax liability.
For which she received nominations for the Golden Globe and BAFTA, as well as 2 awards from the Screen Actors Guild. But that's not all. She received a nomination for an Oscar for the first time in her career and won the coveted award. By the way, Jamie became the first Oscar winner in her family as her parents only had nominations. The actress remembered them in her touching thank you speech. She also remembered hundreds of thousands of people who have worked with her over the years of her career. Also, a year ago, she supported Ukrainian refugees at the Academy Awards together with other actors. Even before receiving the award, Lee Curtis admitted that acting in horror films and yogurt commercials, she could not even think she would hear her name as a nominee for the Oscar. And after the ceremony, she decided that her Oscar statue would be called "They" as a non-binary person. The actress did this in honor of her youngest child. Her son Thomas made a transgender transition in 2021, becoming Ruby. Parents accepted this choice. Later, Jamie held the wedding of her youngest daughter in May 2022. She also advocated the rejection of gender categories at the Oscars. At the same time, she expressed concern that this could lead to a reduction of female winners. This year, the celebrity has appeared in several projects: the TV series The Bear and the fantasy horror Haunted Mansion. Soon, the audience will see Curtis in the film adaptation of the Borderlands video game and the TV series The Sticky and K. Scarpetta. Moreover, she'll appear in the film Spycosis, which is in production now, and the sequel to Freaky Friday. One should note that the actress does not like to play in front of a green screen, so she doesn't want to star in superhero films. And ironically, she doesn't watch horror movies. Jamie admits it was easy to scare her from childhood, so loud sounds and intense music make her very scared. Even though this genre brought her popularity, she does not understand why anyone would buy a ticket to some horror to be tortured by some director. Because of this, the actress did not watch the Oscar-winning film Parasite, which many admired. Her whole family loves video games, especially the Warcraft series. Jamie tried to play it, but the game was too fast for her. But she supports her husband and daughters by participating in gaming conventions and dressing up as virtual world characters. The actress also supports her godson, Jake Gyllenhaal, in every possible way. She has been friends with his parents for a long time and is always ready to help. For example, in 2020, the actress sheltered Jake in her guest house during the lockdown. After an unsuccessful plastic surgery, our hero did liposuction and Botox injections and dyed her first gray hair, but all this remained in the distant past. The actress admitted that these procedures have never worked, so she has not hidden her age in recent decades. The word anti-aging is generally deleted from her vocabulary, and she does not like spending time in beauty salons. And it's not just words. For example, in 2002, she posed for a glossy magazine in sports underwear without makeup and retouching, showing her true self. Jamie commented on the pictures with the following words: "Yes, I'm a bit overweight, middle-aged, and I don't spend 8 hours in the gym." She honestly stated it would be a miracle if she could allocate at least 20 minutes for several sit-ups and push-ups. Little has changed since those times. However, the celebrity still tries to follow the diet by drinking a lot of water, eating fruits, vegetables, and foods containing proteins, avoiding large amounts of carbohydrates, and limiting the consumption of fatty and fried foods. Her favorite way to keep fit is to walk with her friends, but she also attends yoga and Pilates classes. A personal trainer and a cook help her in this. She tries not to look at herself in the mirror to avoid spoiling her mood with thoughts about her age. Coming out of the shower, the actress turns her back to the mirror and still feels great. It is pointless to struggle with age-related changes. After all, it is a natural process. Hence, she chose to grow old with grace, dignity, inspiration, and energy. Jamie admitted that she is a person of habit, as she prefers to wear the same clothes, eat the same food, and perform the same actions, but her mind does not allow her to sit in one place, so she happily plunges into new activities. So, in the 2010s, Jamie wrote columns in an online newspaper. Recently, she became a co-author of the graphic novel Mother Nature, released on August 8. The story of the comic book is centered around environmental issues. Experts estimate the net worth of the Lee Curtis guest couple at $60 million. They have an extensive collection of works of art and photographs with an estimated value of several $1,000,000. By the way, our hero's husband is a baron and owner of his land in England. Jamie, as his wife, also received the title Lady Hayden Guest. However, she uses it only when making reservations in exclusive London restaurants. To preserve anonymity during traveling, she calls herself Rhoda Penmark in honor of a character from the 1956 film The Bad Seed. Jamie Lee Curtis has been avoiding commercial advertising in recent years. On the carpet of the Golden Globes in 2019, she even refused to pose against the background of the event sponsors. In her opinion, companies should get consent from people when they force them to be photographed next to their products. Jamie and her husband invest their fortune in real estate, and they have been living in Santa Monica for more than 2 decades. The couple fell in love at first sight with a charming mansion built in 1929 with terracotta tiles on the roof, a swimming pool in the courtyard, and majestic eucalyptus trees around. The interiors combine old elements in the Mediterranean style and modern details. The actress calls the kitchen dining room the emotional center of the house. Initially, there were 2 bedrooms, but later they added another children's room. Now, this property is worth around $4.5 million. In 2016, the couple bought another house next to their home for $2.2 million. The celebrity's garage includes a Honda FCX Clarity hydrogen fuel car donated by the manufacturer and a Lexus SUV. And when she was young, she drove a 1973 Mercury Capri. Jamie Lee Curtis proves that age is not an obstacle to enjoying life and reaching new heights in the profession. Do you like this actress?
Goodbye.
If you liked the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything interesting.